A look at sustainability topics in the pet care sector. IKEA recommits to sustainable living for the many. Junico launches a refillable pod system for beauty products. Electric vehicle sales continue to increase outside the US. And a look at plant-based food growth in restaurants in the Big Five European markets. All on this week's edition of Sustainable Life 5 in 5. My take on 5 highlights from the world of sustainable living, all in under 5 minutes. Hi everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Sustainable Life 5 in 5. I'm Douglas Sabo, or at Green Living Doug across the social media channels, and I want to welcome you to this weekly review of highlights from the world of sustainable living. Now, this is episode 11 in the series, and I'm really glad for those of you who have watched previously, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome for the first time. As those of you who are returning know, these are 5 highlights that I've curated from the Sustainable Life blog, my blog that covers developments and progress in the world of sustainable living. Now, before we get into this week's highlights, my opening spotlight for today is around the importance of practicing what we preach, or drinking one's own champagne. And so by that, what I mean is a few episodes ago, I highlighted the world of sustainability in menswear in apparel. Highlighted a number of brands that are leading the way. One of those brands was Taylor Stitch, not to be confused with a very famous pop star. So Taylor Stitch was a brand that I highlighted. Well, I wanted to make sure I gave their apparel a try. And so what you see today is my giving it a try. And so I'm sporting 2 of their items. First, the maritime shirt jacket, as well as their Yosemite shirt underneath. My review so far, 2 thumbs up. Comfort, durability, looks. Well, I'll let you judge on the looks, but really been pleased so far. So thank you, Taylor Stitch, for making the products with a focus on sustainability, in particular on durability. And so I think I wanted to let you know. So in the comments, do feel free to let me know what you think of how it looks, or share in the comments your own view of a sustainable apparel brand. So we'll do that. And speaking of the comments, do please feel free down in the comments to share your thoughts on the highlights that I have today, or your own highlights from sustainable living from the last week. Also, as always, if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and let's spread the news to others out there. Okay, so now we'll turn to this week's highlights. So what were the topics the blog covered this week? Well, we covered 5 themes. First, pets and pet care. This was actually a new category for the Sustainable Life blog. I look forward to adding that in, inspired by my conversation with Joanne Dwyer from PetSmart a few weeks ago, which you also can find on this YouTube channel. So pets and pet care, home and design, beauty and personal care, mobility and electric vehicles, and or EVs, and then food with a specific focus on plant-based. So those were the 5 themes of the Sustainable Life blog this past week, and so these highlights are from those. So let's go ahead and get the stopwatch ready. We've been getting pretty good at the 5 minutes. Sometimes it's a little frantic sprint at the end, but we make it. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. First, sustainable pets. So speaking of, this was a new topic, as I mentioned in the blog. There was a focus in petbusiness.com on conscious critters. So I purposely chose an overview article about what are some of the sustainable topics for pets and pet care in the house. These are topics like food, pet food, the ingredients, the packaging, the materials, the recyclability. Also a look at some of the sustainability of toys and accessories for pets, those materials that are used. What I liked about the article as well, it featured a number of brands that have been at it for a while on sustainability in pet care. Only an Ocean, Earth Animal, Play, Shameless Pets, as well as a mention of the work of the Pet Sustainability Coalition. So why did I choose this? Important to look at this topic, this brand new topic for the blog. There's an estimated 300 million pounds of plastic pet food and treat packaging annually. That about 99% ends up in the landfill. So already looking forward to continuing to focus on this topic and those solution providers and innovators in this space. Okay, the second topic, sustainable living at scale. This is actually a piece that I'm highlighting that was actually a couple weeks old now at this point, and it's coverage of the earnings of Inca Group. Inca Group, better known as the parent of IKEA. It was not just a focus on their earnings, but also as part of the earnings, IKEA announced a recommitment to sustainable living, the work they're doing to bring sustainable shops and circular hubs to stores, how they promote energy and water conservation, waste reduction, focus on recycling, product repair, reuse, a lot of the re-commerce behaviors that I often talk about. Also their EV fleet for delivery. So why highlight it? Well, you can never go wrong highlighting the innovative work in sustainable living from IKEA. In particular, what I like is their continued focus on the many, that they're bringing and democratizing access to sustainable living to the many, and particularly in light of the scale that IKEA has around the world. So thank you, IKEA, for your work, and I look forward to continuing to highlight it in the future. Okay, third highlight, beauty product refill. This was some coverage from Trend Hunter that was looking at the launch from Junico of their new refill pod system for beauty products. So this is about both a combination in their system, as you'll see in the diagram, parts of the pod system that are reusable and refillable, and other parts that are recyclable. It's estimated from this system that they'll save 63% of plastic in 1 year, 75% saved in the course of 5 years. So given the amount of packaging in the beauty, cosmetics, makeup industry, any focus on sustainability of that packaging, alternative materials, or reuse and refillability, and maybe I just coined a word, is very important. So thank you, Junico, for the work that you're doing, and go ahead and check that out if you're interested to learn more. Okay, highlight number 4, EV sales growth beyond the United States. So often I do spend some time covering, as I'm based in the United States, talking about what electric vehicle sales growth is and figures are looking. But this past week, there are a number of new reports out from sales in the UK, in France, in China, in Thailand, in India, even in Jordan. A couple of the highlights, 25% of new car sales in the UK recently are electric vehicles. It's 27% in France. In China, the EV sales are just continuing to boom. Thailand is actually reducing the subsidy for EVs now because of the sales momentum. And in the market in Jordan, EVs are really growing because of the rise of price of petrol or gasoline. And so always good to look at where are we reaching tipping points. 23 countries have passed 5% of new car sales being electric vehicles. So let's keep talking about this work as well as the sales growth in the United States when we come back to that topic. Okay, fifth and finally, plant-based food growth in Europe. So again, another look at a couple of European markets, this time the big 5 markets, Germany, France, UK, Italy, and Spain. According to new research from Circana, the growth in plant-based food sales in restaurants, so out of home, grew 48% compared to 2019, and it's anticipated to continue growing like that in 2024. Why did I pick this? Well, if you follow this channel, you know in plant-based food, I'm often talking about the importance of the food service sector beyond retail, as well as the flexitarian. And according to this research, 2% or 6% of consumers are vegan or vegetarian, and it's flat. 25% are flexitarian. So that's my highlight number 5. Go check that out for plant-based food growth in sales. As always, I love this opportunity to share with you my thoughts on sustainable living and 5 highlights and themes. Go ahead and let me know what you think of these or others highlights that you've seen in the world of sustainable living. Use the comment section. Also, I always like to close with this. Make sure like and subscribe to get this content to continue on. Thank you for joining. Again, I'm Douglas Sabo, or at Green Living Doug across the social media world. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to you and look forward to joining you next time. Take care.